Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, it's a little bit grainy, primarily because it's still dark out. It's actually 7:18 right now, and the sun's just coming up. With the time change and so forth. So, oh well, that's okay. And I woke up. It was about, well, actually 6 o'clock. Bam, wide awake. So, and I just got done watching NJ's video from Soulful Revolution, her YouTube channel. And I'll admit, I was kind of feeling a little bit sleepy. I'm like, well, maybe I'll curl up and go back to sleep for a little bit or something. But I'm like, no, I want to get this day rolling. I really do. So that's what I'm doing. I got me a little silly girl here. Say hi. I know, she's just so beautiful, so pretty. She's been playing this morning. She was biting her mommy a little bit ago. Now she's tired. I know, such a pretty girl. Say hi. She's like, no, I don't want to say hi. Anywho, I'm going to do my yoga and go for my walk. Yeah, feels good. I definitely want to do that today. So, I really wanted to do them yesterday, but ta-da, I had that interview. Went well. Went very well. I guess company policy is that they have to do 3 interviews per position, and then they can make a decision. So, and it's my understanding the gentleman who was there right after me was there for the same position. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. And they did ask the question, if I would be, I know my glasses are kind of funky. They would ask the question if I'd be interested in something else, if they decided to, hire somebody else. Of course, I'm interested and so forth. So we'll see what happens. Tomorrow I do have another interview, excuse me, with Lowe's. That one is part-time, so we'll see. We'll see what happens there. I know. I burnt myself yesterday a little bit while making tacos, or excuse me, enchiladas. I took some leftover roast beef and made up some enchiladas. I did, let me see here, I did roast beef, and then I did cheese ones, and then I made up a combination cheese and roast beef. So that was really good. Everybody enjoyed them. Oh, excuse me, thank goodness I had soda in the house because I ate a little bit too much. I usually only eat a couple of them, and I decided, I really wanted a cheese one. Yeah, a little bit of indigestion because of it, but that's okay. At least I had some soda in the house to help take care of that. Yeah, right. She's like, yeah, whatever. So, yeah. Had that happen yesterday. Had a couple of synchronicities happen. One was after I got home from the interview and I sat down to eat my brunch, and I opened up my Instagram, and there was a story there from Llewellyn Publishing. They're, one of the manufacturers of tarot and oracle cards, and they also do self-improvement books and so forth too. But anyway, yeah, I was like, what was I saying? Anyway, they had put out a story, and I don't know, I just had that little inkling where I needed to click on it and check it out. And I guess apparently right now they are in Vegas at the ASD show. It's basically I'm trying to remember what ASD isn't Aftermarket. I think it's the warehouse show. It's like the nation's largest warehouse show. And I'm just like, okay, got it. Message received, Spirit. It's like, okay, yeah, all right. So, excuse me. So, yeah, a little bit of a synchronicity there. And then later, we were all eating and talking later on last night, and Rick reminded Angie that she had gotten an Amazon order, kind of a small package, and it was really funny. I know I'm a little bit out of it. I'll admit that I'm a little bit sleepy, but that's okay. Um, so yeah, he reminded her. She's always ordering Amazon packages, and he's always picking on her about it. But I get it. Yeah, we both get it because she works 12-hour shifts. She's a nurse, so yeah, she's always working. Those 12-hour shifts and everything. So, and I've been there, done that myself. And when do you have time to go out shopping or whatever? But she had gotten an Amazon delivery yesterday, and he was reminding her of that. And it was in one of those bubble wrap um, envelopes, okay? And it was something kind of thin or whatever, square and thin, as he put it. And she comes over, opens it, and it's a CD. What was on the CD really killed me. Big time synchronicity. It was, she listens to a lot of Christian music, and it was this group called Need to Breathe. I floored. With everything that I've been through the last couple of years with needing to breathe, yeah, trying to breathe. And then, with things that I just talked about with my friend, with what they went through, um, and part of it was trying to breathe. Um, yeah, it all just really floored me. And and what's funny is I had just taken a drink of water, and when I seen that, I yeah, did almost one of those things, almost spit it out. And they just both looked at me as if I was crazy or something. Well, they know I'm crazy. But I'm always saying, yeah, I just escaped from the nut house. But it was just funny because, they just both looked at me and they're like, what? What's so funny? And I just couldn't stop laughing. I finally just said it. Yeah, to try and explain that would be very, 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 very hard. It would be a very long story. It's like you got a couple of years. So, yeah, that just really floored me when I had seen that. And I had seriously considered maybe, I did take a picture of it. I thought maybe I'd send it to my friend, but I'm just like, you know what? I've bothered them enough. I'll leave them alone for right now. But I just thought that was really hilarious seeing that. And I'm just like, and even trying to explain it is especially considering the circumstances around it. I wouldn't even know where to begin. I did explain that to Rick a little bit later. I was just like, yeah, I trying to explain it. I'm still trying to figure it all out myself, and trying to explain it. It's very difficult. And he's just like, okay, whatever. So yeah, but I couldn't help but floor with that. But through it occurred to me that throughout the interview, it didn't even dawn on me at the time. Yeah, when I first entered into the store, and I was wearing a mask, one of the KN95s. When I first entered into the store, I did get a kind of a rush of the wood aromas, like that smell of wood. I did smell that, but it subsided, which was interesting. But it wasn't until last night, after things calmed down and so forth, that it occurred to me that throughout the interview, we were talking and laughing and so forth. Not once did I have any breathing trouble, and not once did I do any coughing. And if you go back and watch my videos, especially like last summer, all the way up until I stopped talking or stopped doing them, and even initially when I first got here and I started doing them again, that even with talking I couldn't even really have a 10-minute conversation with somebody without feeling things seizing up in my airways, in my chest. And I would start having difficulties breathing, and I would be coughing. Not once did that happen yesterday. And I even said it out loud. I was just like, oh my gosh. And that never even occurred to me. And Angie was like, what? She thought maybe something was wrong or something. And I told her, and she just smiled. She's like, oh my gosh, that's wonderful. And it is. To finally be able to have that, just being here with all the fresh air and everything has been so wonderful, the turnaround, the change. And she's like, and it's basically, she said it right out. I don't remember her exact words, but basically, it's good. But I know Rick has been saying it the whole time, that he is seeing me make so many improvements. Because when I first got here, it's like you were very pale, you were bent over, and so forth, and a lot of pain, and I was in serious pain, and having difficulties breathing and so forth, and my breathing, I was catching, with the cold air. It was just, like that, quite a lot, sharp stabbing pain and so forth. But I've been getting a lot of rest, relaxation, and so forth, and doing some healing. And that's basically what Angie was saying last night. She hasn't been too concerned. Neither of them have been too concerned with, my financial situation. Or yeah, I have been, of course. I don't want to say I'm stressing out or whatever, but no, the main thing has been over the last 3 weeks, and yesterday made 3 weeks that I've been here. And it's amazing the leaps and bounds that I have made in this short amount of time. It's hard to believe it's only been 3 weeks, but at the same point, it's hard to believe that it has been 3 weeks, But it's, excuse me, it is amazing to see how much progress that I have made, especially compared to what I was last summer. Yeah, I think about how I was before I moved here, or heck, when I first moved here. Oh gosh, all I did was sleep, eat and sleep. I had a terrible case of the munchies when I first got here. I couldn't stop eating things. I hate to say it, that's where a lot of my money went, was to food, or snackies and so forth. Yeah, I've gained some weight, but at the same point, it was needed, because it's all I did was eat and sleep. I couldn't stop. I just absolutely couldn't stop. And believe me, I was trying. It's like, no, I don't want to be gaining all this weight, but I needed it. I needed it. So now I can, of course, see about losing the weight. I have no idea where I'm at. I don't even know if they have a scale, to be perfectly honest. But it's okay. I kind of know where I'm at. But it wasn't that bad. Just a little bit of a pouch down there in my in my thighs. Not too bad. But I can lose it. No big deal. But that's all like I said, that's all I did the whole first week that I was here. Eat and sleep, and then went out for a little bit of walks or whatever. And I started putting in the job applications and started getting interviews and so forth. But yeah, it's just it's basically what Angie had intimated last night. What has been important throughout this time is the physical healing. And of course, with time, the mental and spiritual healing comes. And it has. It really has. I have made some huge leaps and bounds with that. Yeah, I woke up this morning feeling a little bit anxious, because now I've got $5 to my name. I forgot about canceling one of my auto pays. Completely forgot about it, and bam, there it went, hitting my account. I'm like, dang it. It's like, oh well, it is what it is. It's said and done. So, excuse me. But it's okay. It's going to be all right. One way or another, it's all going to be okay. And I just remind myself, I have to remind myself, but I remind myself, it's going to be okay. Everything's going to happen when it's meant to happen, and just have faith. That's what part of what this is all about, is learning how to have faith. Faith in spirit, faith in myself, faith in divine right timing, faith in karma. So, of course, being proactive at the same time. And that's something that I have struggled with throughout my life, to be perfectly honest. So, and to learn how to have patience. Patience has not been one of my virtues. I have always been a very impatient person. So, in the meantime, I'm going to give it a little bit of time, find out what happens, with this, with the interview yesterday. I mean, it hasn't even been 24 hours. Like, come on, child, no sense in, bouncing off the walls or whatever. Everything's going to be okay. Shoot, that reminds me, I do need to see about ordering those sensors. I know I don't have money for them, but I'll figure it out. If y'all can send, I'd really appreciate it right now, especially since I only have $5 to my name and I still got to get her food. But yeah, I know, my poor baby. She's doing great. She's doing a lot better. So, but yeah, I do need to see about getting those transferred over as well. I forgot. I'll figure it out one way or another. And I got that interview tomorrow. See what happens. Even if I just get a part-time position for right now, that's fine. In the meantime, I'm going to get back to doing my yoga again and go for those walks and start sketching ideas for the for my portfolio. I really don't want to be pushing to be able to jump onto the computer this week. Kids have spring break this week, so excuse me. Oh, I know I keep yawning. Sorry about that. But and anyway, like I was saying, yeah, the kids have spring break this week. Um, and I know with their son, he keeps himself occupied with being on the computer. So I'd much rather, yeah, he have that opportunity. I'm work around him. For those of you who don't know, he is autistic. So, and it's just one of the ways that kind of helps keep him calm, you know. Um, so I'd much rather work around his well-being and everything. As I'm fine, you know, it's like no big deal. I'm probably just going to sit there in front of the computer staring at it anyway. Except for my logo. I could be working on my logo, but that's okay. I'm in no rush, no rush. So, and I got to sit down and figure out the color palette and everything anyway. Yeah, isn't that right? Mm-hmm. No itchy. No, no itchy scratchy. Yeah, no itchy scratchy. Yeah. Yeah, she talks back to me. She's just like a she's just like a baby and talks back to her mommy. And that's fine. I get it. She can be a little bit sassy too. Mm-hmm. Say hi. Want to say hi? She's like, no, not really. Oh no, she's so beautiful. I'm a very lucky mommy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm a very lucky mommy. Yeah. I got very lucky having you having you in my life. Having you enter into my life. I've been very lucky over the last 6.5 years. Almost 7 years. Yeah, we're coming up on 7 years we've been together. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's how old she's going to be, too. 7. Yeah. She's going to have to switch over to the old lady food. With science diet. She's on science diet. She has been from day one. And it's helped keep her healthy. Especially when she's had those pancreatitis flare-ups. And, you know, they have the kitten formula up until 1, and then they have the for food for the years 1 through 6, and then they have food for 7 plus. So I'll be switching her over to that this later on this summer, when I know she's definitely 7 years old. I know. Mm-hmm. And I don't mind spending the money on it. She's worth it. It helps keep her healthy and not getting sick all the time. Yeah. She's such a special baby. I love her to pieces. And I know she loves me to pieces, as you can tell. Mm-hmm. She's in her favorite place. Well, that's probably her second favorite place. Her favorite place is right directly on my chest. She'll lay right here and stick her little heady up underneath my chin. She'll do everything she possibly can to get it up underneath there as far as she possibly can. She'll bump my head up. Mom, I want up underneath even more. It's like, child, you can't get much closer unless you start coming down my throat. But she's a sweetie. She is my special sweet baby girl. Yeah. But I've already talked to her that we might have to, with springtime, we might have to start the Benadryl. Yeah, we'll see. Depends on how her allergies get. We'll see what happens. But if her allergies flare up too much, we might have to start the Benadryl. Hopefully we won't. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Look at her. Oh, there she is. Yeah. I know. She's such a special girl. Mm-hmm. And Mommy's a very lucky lady. Oh yeah, that's right. That was the other thing I was going to mention. Don't forget, this Friday night, we have the full moon, blood moon, lunar eclipse. Unfortunately, here we have a storm system that's going to be coming. So I don't know to see if we have any sort of break in the clouds or not. I've seen out there in Vegas, looks like they might have clear skies, so if you're lucky, in a way, I'm happy I'm not going to be out there for it with all the craziness that happens. Yeah. I think they might be having clear skies. I'm not too sure. And I do know that they got a storm in last night. I guess it was pretty rough or whatever. But, yeah. Here we are expecting another storm system. We're not expected to get any snow here, but just a lot of wind and rain, and of course clouds. So, not expecting very much. But if you can, send me some pictures. If you do have clear skies, send me some pictures so I can see it. Yeah. So, your eyes are really big right now. No, they were. One of her, I'd have to say that's probably her third favorite spot. So, yeah, that is happening. Right now we are in a Venus retrograde, transiting. I believe she's still in Pisces, and I believe it's right after the eclipse. She's supposed to transit back into Aries. Is it Aries? No. I think when she starts. No, I'm sorry. When she starts her prograde motion, she's going to be. Yeah, she is in Pisces. Oh, jeepers. I'm confused. Anyway, I believe she's in Pisces right now, and then when she starts her prograde, hello, it goes Pisces and then Aries. Duh. Yeah. Okay, whatever. As you can tell, I'm still kind of half asleep. Hey, if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? Mars, of course, he is still in Cancer, and he's in his prograde motion, but we're still in his post-shadow from when he was in retrograde, and we are in a pre-shadow right now for Mercury. And the day after the lunar eclipse, Mercury goes retrograde, of course, for the next 3 weeks. So if you're feeling kind of funky, noticing things being off or whatever, yeah, that's the reason why. So, excuse me, now might not be the best time to be signing contracts and so forth, in other words. So, anyway, yeah, just kind of be mindful of all that. I know this is a really big month. Oh, and I believe end of the month, pretty much everything is going to be, well, not pretty much everything, but like the outer planets. I know this year is a big astrological year. The outer planets, they're all going to be changing signs. I think, let me see here, Saturn. I believe Saturn. Yeah, that's right. End of the month is Saturn. I believe Uranus and Neptune also. I know that they're all supposed to, at some point, be pushing all into Aries. So, yeah. I believe it's Aries. Anyway, I'm trying to keep track of it all. It's very difficult. All I know is this is a very big year for the planets all changing signs. So, and then of course Jupiter, he always changes signs every year. He's going to be moving into Cancer, I believe. Yeah, that's right, Cancer. He's in Gemini. So, he always changes signs every year. So, yeah, very big time with all that. I know, I'm so sorry. I know. I probably shouldn't have recorded this. What's funny is watching MJ this morning with her morning message. She was kind of the same. Even her hair was looking kind of frazzled. It's like, what in the... It's like... And I noticed that she kept stopping the video or with the edits that they were doing or whatever. There was a lot of jumps, and I just felt like her energy was kind of off today. So yeah, kind of be warned with that if you watch her video. And she is in the process of putting out the end of the month videos as well too. So it's like, okay. And she started with Aries this time, even though we're still in Pisces season. But anywho, I probably should just let you go and get myself moving with everything. But yeah, and I was thinking, oh, today's Rick's birthday too, so I need to wish him a happy birthday at least, especially with being willing to put up with me. Uh, if anything, it's like he said, it's been a joy, and I believe he's only working half a day today too. Not because of his birthday, but I think that's how it worked out with the schedule. So, but I know I need to bake something. I've got heavy whipping cream in there. I was thinking about maybe making a cake, but I don't know. I'll see. We'll see. Nice yummy chocolate cake. Yeah, we'll see what happens. So, anywho, I should probably go and stop rambling so darn much. Yeah. And the sun's coming out. I can go for my walkie. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, I'll let you go. Oh, it's 31 minutes. I didn't realize. Here I am rambling. Sorry. I know. Oh well. My video, right? Right. That's what matters. All right. I'll talk at you later. I love you guys. See you soon. Mwah.